Very important video that we have to discuss. Come on into the room. We have a lot to talk about. It's going to be a master class. If you're a lady, you're going to learn a lot today. So what exactly is going on? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. Welcome to the show, Ringo TV Reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up if you like the content. What I want to do is I want to make a video around a comment from one of my viewers. And I'm going to try to break this thing down the best that I can in hopes to add clarity, understanding, and wisdom for women to understand the truth. Earlier today, I did a video titled The 50-50 Debate. And I talked about how, a lot of women are claiming single when they're not really single. The title is The 50-50 Debate. Are women really single when they claim single status? Are women really single when they claim single status? The context of the video is around the fact that a lot of women claim to be single, but yet they are sexually active with probably a sneaky link, probably have a guy on the side somewhere. They may not be in a full-fledged relationship, but they are intimate with someone. And if they're not intimate with someone, they are practicing habitual masturbation. They may have XXX toys. They may have items that they purchase from Alibaba, AliExpress, Amazon Prime. And they do things in the comfort of their own home that they know. So in context, my video is not about a woman who is in the street. Or should I say, my video is not about a woman who is not sexually active. The video is about women that are in the streets, throwing that thing back, bending over, doing sexual things, but claiming single. The video was also about women that are against 50-50 with men. I explained in that video that I saw a video on Instagram by a woman who made a post talking about her birthright and how the only way she's going to respect a man is if that man is the provider, protector. And she went into this big rant about women don't go 50-50 when it comes to their pregnancies and their birth and all this other stuff. Well, it's really a foolish point. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you're pregnant, that's you. I mean, if a dog is pregnant, if a dog is with child, if a dog is giving birth, the male dog is not there partaking in her birth. That's something she got to deal with. You understand? If you are drowning and I'm at shore safe and sound, I cannot go 50-50 with you drowning. It makes no sense. I'm not going to come out to the water and drown myself in order for me to go 50-50 with you. There's certain things that we go through that is exclusive to us. When a woman is on her menstrual cycle, that is something you go through yourself. It's really a foolish thing for a woman to say that she don't go 50-50 when it comes to a pregnancy. But then she flips it and say she want a man to be the sole provider of everything. So the world we live in, a lot of women are single because of two different issues. The 50-50 debate, and also because they want to assume the role of a man. They want to go out there and be a boss. They want to be a businesswoman. And there's nothing wrong with all of those things. But don't complain that a man is supposed to be a provider and a protector when you're providing. You want his money, but you don't want to share yours. That doesn't make any sense. If you want to be a provider for yourself, you really don't need the man to be a provider. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're a woman and you're making a heck of a lot of money and you're doing this by yourself, why do you go around saying you want a man to be a provider when you're not willing to submit to that man and leave that career you got? You're not going to do that. You're going to keep the career you got. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of women in today's culture are unable to settle down, because once you start making a lot of money as a woman, right, and you got that sense of freedom, a sense of power where you can do what you want, buy what you want, live where you want to live, it becomes difficult to cohabitate with a man because you're accustomed to doing your own thing. So you're not going to really respect that man, especially if you make more money than him. You're going to look down on him because you're figuring he's not on your level. So in that video, we talked about things like that. We talked about the situation with DDG and what he's going through with his old lady using his son against him through the courts to control him. And I use a very good example that DDG is not broke. He's not your average black man that is struggling, trying to get by, trying to find his way. He got money. So why DDG and Holly Bailey's relationship went down the tubes? It is because of one thing and one thing only. Had nothing to do with money, had nothing to do with resources. What it have to do with is Holly Bailey want to control DDG's manhood. Once you as a woman understand how I'm clarifying the video we did, you won't be in your feelings regarding various issues. I realize that a lot of you ladies that watch my content, you're always getting upset with me based on the trauma you dealt with from your baby daddy, your boyfriends, men in your past, somebody you slept with, somebody that did you dirty. And you take out all of your trauma, your emotions, your frustrations on me, as if though when I do my content, it's about you. It's not about you unless it fits. If the shoe don't fit, then what's the point of you being in your feelings? If it don't apply to you, I don't understand why would you be alarmed about something. I don't know you personally. I don't know where you live. I don't know where you work. I'm not blowing your back out. I'm not your baby daddy. I'm not your husband. I'm not your ex, right? So if it don't apply, you're supposed to let it fly. Unfortunately, we live in a culture where when people speak, people have their feelings on their shoulders. And they assume that when content is being made, it's about them. The video we made is about women that are in the streets, women that want to control a man, women that are posing like they're single, but really on the low, they got a man that come over to the crib, he lay pipe, he go his way, and she goes back to her job. But she's never settling down, and she's always saying that she's single. The reason why a lot of ladies carry this title of I'm single is because they don't want to submit to a man out of fear that he's going to control her life. When the truth be told, in order for a man to be your man, he has to control you. When you go to your job, you are not in control. Your boss controls you. Tells you when to come to work, tell you when you could go on vacation. He tells you what to do. You don't complain, you just do as you're told because you're getting a paycheck. But for some reason, when you get with a man, and he assumes that leadership role that you claim you want, you forgot that in order for me to lead you, in order for me to guide, in order for me to be a protector, provider, I have to be in a position to control you. If I cannot control you, if I cannot lead you, then it's not going to work. In order for me to lead you, I got to control what you do. There got to be a sense of letting go from your part where I'm now in a position to make those particular choices to lead you in the right path. If you're making your own decisions and doing whatever you want to do, I'm not leading you. If you say you want a man that's going to protect, provide, and lead, then that means I got a sense of control over you. In your car, they have a feature called cruise control. Cruise control, where you let the car lead you. You let the car take control. You don't argue with the car. You just set it and forget it. But for some reason, when a man comes into your life and he begins to lead you, you say you're being controlling. Ladies, which one do you want? Because if you don't want a man to lead you, listen, if you want a man to lead you, he got to control you. But the problem is you keep judging men in general because of the traumas from your past. You've been dealing with a lot of demons in your life. You made a lot of choices in your life that effed up your mind, effed up your reality, and destroyed your soul. That's not my problem. The choices that you made with men are your choices. You must be accountable for your actions. My video is about women that have their legs open for different men that ain't no good, mind you, but then they claim the status of being single. They're dating this guy, they're going on dinner dates with that guy, they're getting flown out over here, they're doing this over there, but they playing single. And the whole time, they're like, I'm not with that 50-50 stuff. I want a man that's going to be a provider male. Because you've been listening to Shira 7, Miss Sprinkle, all day, lying to you, ladies, that you need to go find some man to have some sort of lifestyle. Ladies, you cannot keep looking at men as a meal ticket to have a lifestyle when you're out here working and providing for yourself. But then you say, well, I'm not spending my money. I want to spend your money. So now, as a man, when we get with you, all we are to you is a credit card. You no longer see a man as value unless he's making some sort of money. But the truth is, it's not even about money, because money cannot make a relationship stable. Again, DDG, Holly Bailey, nothing but drama and problems. And they got money. Money cannot solve those problems. The problem is the woman want control over the man. Holly Bailey cannot control DDG. DDG is dealing with these other women. And there have been situations where DDG tried to be Mr. Faithful. There have been videos out there where women were clearly throwing themselves at him. And he's like, oh, I got a baby. Oh, I got a girl. Trying to do the right thing to protect Holly Bailey. But the whole time behind the scenes, she was being abusive towards that man. And then she later on tried to throw him under the bus as if though he was this horrible man. And he got money. So if that's happening to that brother and he got money, then what kind of nonsense is going on with the average brother making between 45K to 75K a year? What kind of drama he's going through with women? What kind of issues he's dealing with? Because in today's culture, if you ask the average woman, what is she looking for in a man? As soon as she begins speaking, 6 foot tall, making 6 figures, and so forth. Didn't Kevin Samuels tell you, ladies, already, every man is not making 6 figures? Didn't he tell you that already? But I blame Kevin Samuels because he poisoned the minds of women. His show poisoned the minds of women to think that they all gonna find this high value man. And Kevin kept telling you ladies, if you get with a man that's making all this money, he got his pick of the litter. A man that is a boss making 6 figures, 7 figures, that man is not settling down with one woman. And even if he have one woman, that's a choice he made. Maybe he's just like, look, I'll chill with one woman and I'm good. I don't want no drama. I don't want no issues. But a man that's making money, stacking bread, that man is always going to have another woman. The problem, ladies, you want to control the man. You want to control where his rod goes. Let's be real. We're adults. This is an adult show. A lot of you ladies bring your trauma, your drama, and all your baggage to the table when you're dealing with men. And when you deal with videos like this, all of a sudden, you start losing your brain and you start thinking that my video is directed at you when my video is directed at a situation and a topic. So in this video, what I want to do is respond to a viewer of the show who is an actual supporter of the show. And I want to respond to something that she said because it is very important that we add clarity so that women can know what's going on. So now, when it comes to the whole 50-50 debate, you ladies in today's culture got to understand something. If you're not willing to work with a man where he is, you will be single for the rest of your natural life. For the rest of your natural life, you will remain single. And a lot of you might say, well, I'm single, I'm happy, I'm this. Okay, that sounds nice. Nobody's knocking your so-called happiness. But if you are sleeping around with random men while claiming to be single, you're not single. You're not single. So stop this. Just stop the nonsense. You're out there being promiscuous under the guise of being single. Good women don't have their legs open for random men and claim good woman status. They don't. A lot of you ladies are claiming that you're good women when you're not. In order for you to be a good woman, a man must let you know. You're not a good woman because you say you're a good woman. Nope. It's not how it goes. Even the Bible confirms that. God said, let there be light. God said, let there be this. And then it says that God saw that it was good. He saw that it was good. The Bible says a man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. How am I going to find you if you're a good woman and you have no presence online where I can find you? Or when you're in the physical world, you're so hidden, no man can see you. How do a man find you when you're not even available? I'm a good woman. I'm a good woman. Well, we can't find you. How does a man contact you? And how could a man contact you if your DMs is filled with 5,000 thirsty men? How are you a good woman and your DMs is filled with 5,000 men trying to sleep with you? A good woman already noticed the good man, and she gravitates towards that man. This is how we know the difference between a good woman and a woman who just perpetrating. Many women will say I'm a good woman. But last time I checked, a job don't just come to you. You got to go fill out resumes. You got to go to interviews. You got to put yourself out there. You cannot sit home talking about how much of a good woman you are and you ain't putting yourself out there. You know what a good man look like, act like. But do you ever approach that good man? Do you ever approach that good man and say, I want to be the mother of your children? No. You know why? Because you're not out there. But women will say things as if though us brothers is just going to know where you are and just go get you. There's a lot of good men out here that have been trying to settle down with quote unquote good women. And every time they approach these women to try to holler, you ladies have a laundry list of BS that this man must have in order to be with your ass. And it makes it so extremely difficult because you become so superficial, it is difficult to settle down. And once this man evaluate you, he realized you're not a good woman. You're superficial. You might look good on the outward. You might have a nice figure. You might have a pretty face. But the girls look so good, but their brain is not ready. Do you follow me? You might look good, but your brain is not ready. Not for no marriage, not for no relationship. You're not ready. And that is what we're going to talk about. I want to respond to this viewer of the platform. Her name is Exandra. She's a supporter of the platform, and she wrote a comment. I got to address this comment. I must address this comment because this comment really shouldn't have been posted. This comment shouldn't have been posted because the video really have nothing to do with that. The video is about women who are against 50-50. The video is also against women who claim to be single, but they're sexually active on the low key. Let's read what she said. Quote, there are plenty of good women out here that are single. Some of these men don't want a good woman. Stop. That makes no sense. That makes no sense whatsoever. Logically speaking, that makes no sense. She said, there are plenty of good women out here that are single. Okay. Some of these men don't want a good woman. That don't make sense. Because the man that you're talking about right there, that's not a good man. Why would you say some of these men don't want a good woman? That don't make no logical sense. Any good man would want a good woman. Logically speaking, that's the goal. Why would a good man want a horrible woman? A good man is not Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp said on video, he want a sinner. That's what he want. He said he want a woman who is a sinner. Not a good woman. A sinner. Even down to the point where he wanted to hook up with a corn star because he heard and watched a couple of her flicks and he liked what she do. He want to deal with her. You see that? So Shannon Sharpe is not an example of a good man. He got money, but he don't want a good woman. So when Exandra said there are plenty of good women out here that are single, that might be true. But you said some of these men don't want good women, as if though there's something wrong with a good woman. As if though a good woman is not the goal. Why would I want a woman like Holly Bailey that's going to argue all night? That's not a good woman. Why would I want a woman that brings me nothing but drama? Why would I want a woman that's disrespectful to me? An argumentative woman, cantankerous woman that always got something negative to say. A woman that cussed you out. A woman that is always complaining. No man wants that. So the goal of a good man is a good woman. So the man Exandra is talking about here, in terms of some of these men don't want a good woman, that's not a good man. The man she's talking about right there is not a good man, because a good man wants a good woman. The problem is a lot of you ladies are not good women. A lot of you ladies are not good women. And we got to talk about it. We got to address this because as a woman, you just can't come and say, I'm a good woman. Well, what did that man say? What did the man say? Did he say that? Or are you just saying that? Because everybody think they have a relationship with God in today's day. You ask the average person, do you have a relationship with Jesus Christ? They'll say, yes, I got a relationship with Jesus Christ. Well, that doesn't mean you're good, because Jesus Christ said in the scriptures, he said, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, done many mighty works in your name? And Jesus said, I will profess unto them in that day, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Depart from me, I never knew you. But many people are out here saying they know the Lord. Many people out there are literally saying they got a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. They say they're spiritual. They say they're born again. But when you look at their life and their actions and fruit, God is not with them. They're with the devil. God is not with them. You judge the tree by the fruit. You look at the fruit of a tree and you see evil, that tree is not with the Most High. What I'm trying to break down here, because the video is not about Exandra. The video is to address an issue. I need for you ladies to take your feelings and leave them at the door. Because I'm trying to help you ladies overcome your issues and you don't want to listen. I told you ladies in thousands of videos. You see how many videos I got on my platform? You see how many videos? Nearly what? 3,000? I think it's probably hit 3,000 videos already. And I had more than that. I took down like 2,000 videos. A lot of women are single in today's culture because of several factors. One, the independent woman. Now, I understand that as a woman who is single, you got to work. You got to provide for yourself. It is what it is. But when you are trying to attract a man to be in your life, and you're making a substantial amount of money, you're doing pretty well, it's going to be difficult for you. It's going to be really, really difficult. There's a lot of successful women, and even women that might be in the middle class area or whatever the case is. If you're a woman and you're taking care of yourself, chances is you're going to be having a difficult time when it comes to settling down. And the reason for that is you got accustomed to providing for yourself. So now, if a man is unable to provide for you the way you've been providing for you, you won't respect that man. You won't respect him. Because in your mind, you make more money, you live in a better community, you drive a better car. So at this point, you feeling yourself. And rightfully so, if you worked hard for yours, hey, shine. At the same time, there comes a price with that shine. Because now, all the men you end up running into, they might not be making the money that you're making. But you're requiring these men to make these salaries for what? Whatever happened to getting with a man because you like him? Whatever happened to working with one another to get to the next level? If we're in a boat and I got to row the boat and the other side, you're not doing nothing but sitting on your tail talking about, well, you're a woman, you don't need to do nothing, I need to do it all by myself, we're going to die at sea. Because you're not willing to go 50-50. You want me to do all the work while you sit on your ASS and relax. The waves are coming. The sharks are coming. We need to work together to row this boat so we can get through this thing quick. But no, you busy saying you're supposed to be provider, protector, and lead. I'm like, okay. Sharks come. They eat the kids. They make the boat flip over. We all die. Why? Because you refuse to do your part. And what's happening in dating and relationships is you have a lot of women that are coming in with this sprinkle, looking for a male provider mindset. Any of you ladies that is listening to that woman, you're going downhill because she's not leading you right. It sounds good. Girl, go get your money. Girl, get a man that is a provider. How that's been working for you? You still single right now. Still lonely. Still got that rose toy. Still struggling, right? I know. And while you're struggling, that YouTuber, she's making all the money. She's getting her check. She's getting her coin. And rightfully so. If she could get her coin by playing you, more power to her. Somebody got to get paid. So if she could get paid by misleading you ladies into thinking that you need to go out there and find some provider male when she at home with a 90-year-old man that can't lay pipe, I don't know why you're listening to that woman. She's literally with an old man that can't lay pipe. But she's telling you ladies, go out there and get money from a man. So she reduced a man down to a slot machine, but then you ladies get upset if a man want to use you just to smash when you are only focused on his cash. You don't see a problem? You don't see a problem? How many of you brothers been on the gram and you see a sister pull up and you see a nice image, beautiful black woman? You go to her page, you're like, damn, she looking real good, man. I really would like to know this sister, man. Don't even waste your time. That's promo for her OnlyFans account. If you go on a woman's page and she has a link tree on her IG, just scroll away. She has a OnlyFans. Those provocative photos, her leering looks, the cuteness, the nice body, all of that is advertisement so that you can go and register to her OnlyFans page. It's all promo, guys. Don't even waste your time. Don't even go in her DMs, guys. 1,000 guys are in them DMs. Don't even waste your time. It's all promo. And then what we have also is a lot of influencer women that are keeping you ladies single, because they'll say stuff like, well, ladies, we're not going to settle. We're not going to settle down. We need a man that's going to provide. A man that's going to do. Woman, if you're providing for yourself, there is really no need for a man to provide for you. If you're already getting a bag, if you're already doing well financially as a woman, your need is not a man to be a provider for you. You became your own provider already. That's why you're single, because you took the position of a man. You didn't allow a man to be a provider. You decided, I'm going to do it. Why? Because the feminist movement told you, ladies, you don't need to be a stay-at-home wife. You need to go get your education. You need to start that business. You need to get your own money. Why? Because why? All of these men were dying, going into war, and the white woman convinced you he's going to leave you, so might as well you go get your own. And since then, our women been going out there trying to establish themselves. And a lot of you ladies grew to a certain level of success. You're doing pretty well. You got nice property. All of that stuff is nice, but something's missing. You don't got no husband. Most of you in your 30s, 40s, 50s still don't got no husband. Why? Is it because you're a good woman and nobody want good women? No. It's because, number one, you're not out there. Two, you're looking for a man to control. It's going to get hot in here, guys. The average woman want a man she can control. She want a man that she could control. Holly Bailey, she want to control DDG. She can't. Dude got bread. Dude is in the streets doing his thing, doing content, streaming, doing whatever he doing. He's around a lot of women. She don't like that. She thought she was cute. She thought she was fine. She figured there's no way he gonna be with some other woman. She learned the hard way. She learned that her cooch cannot keep that man on a leash. She thought her pretty face was gonna keep DDG in check. If Holly Bailey and DDG didn't have no baby, we wouldn't even be talking about them right now. Bruh man would have done moved on already. But she's using the baby to control him, to hurt him, to make him respond to her. Because her only last form of control is the baby. If she can't use the cooch to control him, she'll use the baby. And a lot of you brothers, you have a baby mama that tried to use the cooch to control you, and it didn't work. You was like, I don't need your cooch. I don't need no head. I don't need nothing from you. I'm out. And what did she do next? She started to use them kids. You can't see your kids. I'm taking you to court. I'm putting you on child support. I'm going to make it real hot for you. And you're like, damn, man. This woman won't give me a break. This woman on my back day and night about these kids and this, and they drag you on social media. They love to do that. They drag you on social media. You're a deadbeat. You're a this, you're that. You're everything negative. But when her legs were in the air, when she was getting piped down, you weren't a deadbeat then. When she was taking it deep, you weren't a deadbeat then. When she was gargling your nuts, you weren't a deadbeat then. When her tonsils were twerking, when your rod made her tonsils twerk, she didn't say nothing then. But now all of a sudden, you're this horrible person. Why? Because she can't control you. The average woman wants total control over a man. Primarily his manhood, his meat, his rod. She do not want you to be with some other woman. I told you women 1,000 times. When you get into a relationship in 2025 and you get into it with the mindset of, I'm trying to lock this man down to be only with me and just me, I don't want him to be around no other woman, your relationship will never work. Anytime you a woman and you are trying to smother a man to the point where if you even see him on the phone, on the gram, looking at women, you looking at his phone, let that man be a man. Don't get in his way. Don't get in his way when he's looking at women. That's his nature. That's a man. That's what makes him a man. But when you come in and you trying to control him with your nagging ass, always fussing, always bickering, you think he want to be around that mess all day? You think he want to be around somebody arguing all day and night? You think he want to be around you when you're in the house, you're not done up, you don't smell good, toes not done, feet jacked up, nails jacked up, hair looking crazy, body is funky, you're not looking cute, you're not looking good, you let yourself go, you're not in the gym, you don't cook, you don't clean the house, the kids' rooms is dirty, clothes is in the laundry room, you're not doing your job. He come home from a hard day's work. He can't get no damn head because you turned into a nun. So now every night he gets none. And now he's in this house of horrors. But when he's looking at other women, you're like, you cheating on me. You're doing, woman, you don't provide nothing for this man. You don't. But you complain when he's looking at other women. He have desires. He's a man. The Most High God called every man to be fruitful and multiply. A man carry millions of sperm cells in his nut sack. You ladies carry absolutely nothing in your womb. Nothing. It's a desert. Without that man's seed, you cannot bring forth no life. You are not the life giver. The life giver is the man, because he's the one who carries the seed in his nut sack. An organic incubator that carries millions of sperm cells. That man is walking around with generations and generations. There's nothing in your womb. It's a desert. Once he plant that seed in you, bang, then life begins. You ain't bring forth nothing. You think you do, but you didn't. Without that seed, ain't nothing happening. And for the most part, a lot of women are trying to stop generations from coming forward. You have women that protest by saying, well, I'm not having no kids. I'm not bringing forth no children for none of these ninjas. And they're literally protesting like this. You ain't hurting me, you hurting yourself. Because when all's said and done, and you meet your maker, the Most High gonna get you in judgment day. And he gonna be like, why you never settle down? Well, I didn't want to be with none of these ninjas and I ain't gonna do nothing. Well, you never fulfilled the purpose I created you for. I created you to bring forth these babies, and you never did it. Instead, you held your womb hostage because of your own insecurities and bitterness towards all the men that you chose, mind you, that did you dirty. Or the men you couldn't control. Because it's not always about a man doing a woman dirty. Let's just keep it real. A lot of times we love to say, oh, these men are doing these women dirty. That's not always true. A lot of men out here be good quality men that are trying to lead you ladies. But once he try to do that, all of a sudden, oh, you're controlling. I can't deal with you. And you leave. Not him, you left. You left because you couldn't control him. You thought by you giving him a little cooch that he was going to be on the good behavior. But it didn't work out that way. So you have a lot of women out here that are playing single, but they still sleeping around. They sleep around with coworkers on the job. Some of y'all became job wives, but yet you complain about 50-50. And you're literally growing old. You're literally growing old as we speak. A lot of you ladies have lost your youthful beauty. You're literally growing old. Like I said, I got to do a video about this woman on Instagram. I got to do a video about her because she made that Instagram video. I made a comment under it. She made 2 videos actually, and I could tell she's upset with me because she made another video and she was trying to tell the ladies not to give men their energy, whatever the case is. Some light-skinned woman on Instagram and whatnot. She was talking about 50-50 and how men are disrespecting her birthright. Something about birthright or some nonsense. And I basically went in there and I quoted Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, where it talks about how women are going to go through labor pains during childbirth and how their desire will be for their husband and their husband will rule over them. They didn't like when I post that scripture. So they came back with, oh, but a man is supposed to till the ground and work by the sweat of his brow. And I said, I don't got a problem with that. But if that's the case, if a man is supposed to work by the sweat of his brow, why you ladies are on the 9-to-5 right now? Crickets. Crickets. If a man is supposed to work and be the provider, why are women doing that? If a man is supposed to be the provider, why are women doing it? And why, when a woman get with a man, she don't leave her career so the man could assume the role? You ain't gonna do that. How many of you ladies gonna give up your house that you bought? Think about this, ladies. You bought a house. You meet a man. He got his own apartment. You know. What do we do? What do we do now? Do you move in with him? Do he move in with you? What do you do? Are you going to leave your house? Are you going to sell your house to go get with him? I don't think so. You're not going to sell your house. And you're not going to quit your job. That's where all the problems begin. That's why we got so many problems today. Women are not willing to sacrifice nothing for a relationship. But men, we sacrifice everything. We sacrifice literally everything and then get burned in the process. You see? But now, let me get back to this comment. I'm going to read it from the top. And someone else responded to the sister. So let me read it back to the top. Again, if you're now joining in, be sure to double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. A lot of you folks have to learn how YouTube works. When you come into a show, if the show is engaging, if you're learning something, if you're sitting there and you're listening and you're getting some understanding, learn what it means to support a show. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Stop sitting in the clouds, watching the show, gaining all the info, and you ain't giving back no support. This is why you got no man, ladies. You don't know what it means to support. A man can be doing all the work, building the house, decking out the field, mowing the lawn, cutting the grass, painting everything, fixing the cars, doing everything. You can't even fix this man a hot plate. This man is outside busting his tail. You wouldn't even fix him a sandwich, nothing. Common sense will tell you this man is outside working in the hot sun. Let me go cook him up something real quick. Let me cook up some roast beef. Let me cook him up make him a nice sandwich, something. So that way when he come in from the hot sun, the air conditioner is running. I mean, a real good woman, if her man is outside toiling and working, She's going to throw that AC on. She's going to start fixing something to eat. She's going to have a cold drink in that freezer. So as soon as that man come in, that plate is waiting for him. And when that man see that plate, he see love. He see respect. But you ladies, y'all not doing that. That man got to come in the house and go find his own drink. He got to go in the refrigerator and find something to eat. That's sad. But let me get back to this comment. Alexandra said this particular comment. She says, there are plenty of good women out here that are single. Some of these men don't want a good woman. They want the ice cream, the cake, chips, dips, freaks, etc. Good women deserve a good man. Did you get that? Good women deserve a good man that is worth building a life with. Is that hard for these men to understand? Now, she said good women deserve. Deserve? No, you don't deserve. That's wrong. You don't deserve. You don't deserve anything. Because to say you're a good woman and say you deserve, you're demanding that a man must be worth. So in a good woman's, quote unquote, good woman's mind, she's already all the way up here. That man must be worth building a life with. Which means if he's not worth, she ain't bothering with you. That's why women are single. They self-sabotage and don't even realize it. How could a woman determine a man's worth? You can have a brother making $50K a year. He's an entrepreneur. He have a lot of business plans and things that's in the works. A woman might be making $200K a year. And when she get with him, in her eyes, she's like, I'm making all this money. All he making is $50K a year. The average woman not settling with that guy. When a woman make way more than you guys, she ain't settling with you. You could just forget about it. Because in her mind, she ain't trying to carry you. She want you to carry her. And what that does, it puts pressure on you to perform. And now you feel like you're less of a man, as if though because you're not making a certain amount of money, you don't really qualify in her eyes. And that's sick, because it should never be like that. If you're a woman and you make all this money, the more the merrier. But if you're looking down on this man because he make $50K and you're looking at him like he ain't nobody, like he need to step it up. Maybe he didn't have the opportunities like you. Maybe he didn't come from a certain family. Maybe he didn't have that kind of upbringing like you. Why is his money so important? Whatever happened to black love? Whatever happened to love in general? Now it's all about money and status. Now it's about what kind of car you drive. Well, I drive this. Well, I drive that. Well, oh, that's the kind of car you drive? I don't know if I could talk to you. That's the kind of car you picking me up in? I'm not going. I'm not going. You know? I'm not going. Because here's the thing, guys. because I see Alexandra in the chat. She says something is not true. I really don't even know why she's saying something is not true, because if it's not true, all women that are good would have a man. If what I'm saying is not true, all good women will have a husband. All good women will have a man making less money. And the truth be told, women are not settling with none of those guys if she's making more money. And if a woman says, I'll settle with a man that's making less money, okay, go get him. Because he can't find you. If you know what a good man is, go get him. But I'm going to tell you guys, a good man to a woman who believes she's a good woman is a man that's going to only be with her and only her and no other woman. Now watch this, guys. Watch me shatter every woman's world. Ladies, if you get with a man in today's day and you are anti-polygyny, you will be single for the rest of your natural life. This is where all women hate me. And I'm telling you the truth. If you go out here and your mind is focusing on a man being single, you are literally living in a fantasy world. Men are never single. They're always on the hunt looking for women. They're looking. They're thinking about. They're in the DMs. They're calling somebody. They're checking somebody out. Men are always on the hunt. Their eye is always open for some woman somewhere, whether it be on the job, whether it be in their community, whether it be at the park, the gym, the supermarket, wherever. Men are always on the hunt. If you're a woman, listen, because you don't want to listen. And this is why the majority of women at the sound of my voice will be single this time next year, and the next year to come, and the next year to come, and the next year to come. Because why? You want total control over a man. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Men were not created by God to settle down with one woman. A man can have one woman, but that doesn't mean he only wants one woman. It means that he's looking for a specific woman. And in most cases, a lot of women are not fitting that criteria because they're coming to the table with that mindset of wanting to control. They want to control. And they want to dominate that man or take him away from a woman. I had women like that. Because I teach on polygyny, I had women that would introduce themselves. We would talk, we would chat, and it would sound as if though she's down with polygyny. We chitting, chatting, connecting, and then she start tweaking. Oh, you know, man, you're going to really like me. I'm going to end up taking you from your wife and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think that's where we got to cut it short. We got to cut it short right there. What do you mean? I don't like what you just said. You want to take me from what? Nah, I think I heard enough now. You can go. You could go. Because this is not about you taking me from anybody. You cannot take me from my wife. My wife been with me since the sandbox. That's not going to happen. We've been through everything. It's too much history. That's never going to happen. And that happened a few times where women was like, oh, I can take you away from her. I guarantee you like me better. And I'm like, see, once you come at me with that competitive stuff, you're not working to build nothing. You're trying to control, dominate, and take away, which means you're disrespecting her. So it's not going to work. You can go. So there is no such thing as a man being single. Men are communicating with women. Men are talking to women to find out if women fit the criteria to be in his world. But a lot of you ladies are trying to do what men do. You're literally saying good women deserve a good man that is worth building a life with. Wrong attitude. A woman don't determine that. That's the man's job. A man holds the key and is the gatekeeper to relationship. Women hold the key and there holds the gates to sex. A woman cannot make a man marry her. It's never going to happen. It's the man who marries you. The only thing you as a woman can do is make a man sleep with you. We as men cannot sleep with a woman unless that woman yield her body to us. You control access to sex. That's what you control. You hold the key to that as a woman. You understand? A man cannot just go grab a woman and violate her in order to sleep with her. It is women who open up the door. But when it comes to a relationship, men control that door. A woman cannot force a man into marriage. It's not going to happen. It is up to the man to decide that he wants to make you his wife. So it's really the man that is building with you. You're coming in to be a helpmate, not the other way around. And I think that this is where the disconnect is. Because she said good women deserve a good man that is worth building with, building a life with. Is that hard for these men to understand? Again, to say, is that hard for these men to understand is to come under the guise of you're up here. The man is below. Like if these men don't understand their role and their position. That's not going to open the gate for a man to say, okay, I'm going to take you as a wife. No, it don't work like that. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. How many of you good women are available? Okay, where's the good man? Where is the good man you're talking about? Because I can guarantee you, if I was to ask all of these guys about a particular woman that they're attracted to, they know who she is. They know who she is. If I ask these guys, hey, what woman you want to smash? They know exactly who she is, name, what she looked like, everything. You ask a woman, who are the good men you would settle down with right now? They don't even know who he is. They don't even know who the man is. Because what I'm trying to get to and the point that I'm trying to make is the comment that followed. Jason came back with a response to the sister, and this is what he said. Quote, it's rare for a good, meekful, and nurturing woman to be single. If she's single, then she's very young, a widow, or she's not marriage material. That hits, right? That hits heavy. It is rare for a good woman to be single. That's the truth. That's just like all you ladies talking about you want a good man. All the good men already got a wife and kids. And I've told you ladies 1,000 times, y'all won't listen to me. All the good men are with a woman already. If you want a good man, you got to get with that man that got that woman already. But you don't want to hear that. As soon as I start talking about polygyny, you ladies have a damn fit. Like, what? I'm not doing that. I'm not sharing this. Woman, don't tell me what you're not sharing. Because if we go back and we pull up your file, and I'm talking to women in general, if we go and pull up your file, I guarantee you, we will find that you did some sharing. Because your box don't say there was only one admission. You dated multiple guys before. Some of you ladies slept with more than one guy. You shared your body. And none of them men married you. So you made these men sleep with you. They didn't marry you. You gave them the best years of your life. And now, all of a sudden, you got new rules for the men today. Well, I ain't sleeping with you until we get married. It's fair, but if you think you're going to hold back box until I go marry you, you could keep that box. I'm going this way. You know why? Because all those other men you dated in the past, you didn't do that with them. So you playing yourself at this point. You basically trying to make me pay the highest price and the highest premium, but all of those other guys, they were able to smash. They didn't wife you up. That don't make no sense. If I walk into a supermarket and there's a price tag on the item and somebody put it there by mistake, it's originally $100, but somebody put $39.99. If that tag is on there, that store got to give it to me for that price. You're not going to switch the price on me when you gave whatever you gave to those other guys for $39.99, and now you want to switch the price and put it at $100 for me? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Serious. A lot of people have to understand something, guys. If you are a good woman, why are you single? Because if there's so many good men out here, why are you good women not gravitating towards those men to be wives? It's because you want to control the man. You want the man to be with you. And I know women are not dumb. They already weighed all the options. Like, you have some women, they already know what I'm about. They're like, well, I know what Ringo's about. I ain't with all of that polygyny stuff. I mean, he cool and all, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not with that. I'm looking for a man to just be with me. Well, good luck with that, because you ain't finding that. Good luck. These women don't want to listen to me, man. How much more older are you ladies going to get? Because your great-grandmother, she know what I'm talking about. Your grandmother, she know what I'm talking about. Because granddad had 3 women. And she ain't care. You know why? Because granddad brought that check home. See, back in the day, it wasn't about making 6 figures. It was about, did you have a black man that worked? That's what it was about. Grandma did not care about nothing but that check coming home. She had a black man that had a stable job. Any black man back then, any black woman back then that had a black man that had a stable job, she was winning. And because them bills were getting paid, house was taken care of, she didn't give a crap what that man was doing outside that house. And we all know granddad had a whole nother family down the street and another family over there. But he came home to grandma. But we all knew he had another family over there. You go look at your family tree, you'll know. Granddad had another family over there down the street in the south and another family over there. And grandma knew too. But guess what? Grandma didn't say a damn thing because grandma knew them bills were paid. Not only that, grandpa came home to her. Even though he had his other family over there, he came home to her and took care of his kids and did what he had to do. And for whatever reason, today, it's a different story. Women don't want to hear this stuff. And then you always get into these relationships and then you cry wolf when the man end up with another woman. And I told you already, men are not designed to be with one woman forever. That don't make no sense. I can have my wife and see another woman and be attracted to her and want to lay pipe. I'm a man. Anytime you try to suppress that energy from a man, you are destroying that man's soul. That's the equivalent of keeping a lion in a small cage when he got the whole jungle to roam, but you want him to stay in a cage, locked up, when he belongs in his natural habitat. You worrying about, well, I don't want you to be around this woman, and that's why we got all these problems. And this is why you have a lot of men that just focus on pumping and dumping. And you ladies are literally getting pumped and dumped by these men because somebody's sleeping with somebody. Because if you're not becoming a wife, somebody throwing it back. Somebody's giving head. Somebody's throwing that box around. Somebody's giving these men access. And you ladies know exactly what you're doing because you're not no virgin. You ain't fooling me. I'm just speaking real. So when you come into the classroom, be sure to thumb up the video by giving it a double tap on the screen because we're trying to keep this thing real so people can understand what's going on. Jason said it is rare for a good, meek, and nurturing woman to be single. That's true. If a woman is good, she's already taken. She's already taken. Good woman don't equal pretty. A woman can be pretty. That don't mean she's a good woman. A woman can have a fat behind. That doesn't mean she's a good woman. A woman can give you good head. That doesn't mean she's a good woman. It means she's giving good head. Did you get that? Just because she gives good head doesn't mean she's a good woman. A good woman is a woman that reverends God. A good woman is a woman who is submitted to her man. A good woman is a woman who embraces polygyny. You can't tell me you believe in God, you believe in the Bible, but you don't believe in a man having more than one wife. This is the test I always give women, and they fail every single time. They fail all the time because they're constantly in competition, and this is why they're missing out, because all the good men are already taken. All the good men are either taken already or the so-called good women are not interested in those good men because they really can't control them. They can't. They can't control these men. You go ask the average man. He'll tell you the same thing I'm telling you. You go to these workplaces, these brothers, they got other women on the side. You got brothers that they're faithful. They got their woman. They got their wife at home. But when they go to their job, fam, ain't no telling what these brothers are doing. Ain't no telling. They got a job wife. They probably got some woman they hook up with on the road. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know? I will always imagine if I'm a truck driver and I'm on the road all day, driving around. I got this truck. I'm driving this truck all day. I'm working all these long hours. I'm away from my family. Fam, I'm going to have some other woman somewhere, fam. I'm going to have some other woman somewhere. Ain't going to be just, I'm just on the road by myself forever. No, I'm going to have some other woman somewhere, man. Ain't no doubt about that, bro. See, I'm keeping it real. But you know what's so funny? Women be saying, oh, I want a man that's going to be honest. I want a man that's going to tell the truth. I want a man that's going to be serious and transparent. And then when a man is transparent, they get upset. Well, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a cheater. Cheater? First of all, I never told you you're the only one. You get that from the world. You ladies get with men and you automatically assume he's going to be with you and just you. Where you get that from? Where y'all get that madness from? You're supposed to be concerned with one thing. Is that man in your life? Is he showing you love? is his life affecting your life in a good way, you still worrying about some other woman. And this is the problem. That's like if I got to go do a job and then I got to go do another job elsewhere, how could one of my customers get upset because I'm working on someone else's yard? Bro, I thought you was just working on my yard. I wanted my yard to look good. Bro, I'm making sure your yard look good, but that customer across the street, they hired me too. I got 2 jobs to do. Yeah, but now their yard gonna look good like mine. You see the jealousy comes in, the competitive nature. That's how women be, guys. And you wondering why you single. No good woman should be single in today's day. If you're single, it is because you don't want to settle down with a man that you know have a woman, or 2, you're just unable to attract a man. We got to keep it a buck. If you're a good woman, and I'm speaking in women in general that believe they good women. If you're a good woman and you can't attract a man because whatever reason, you can't say, oh, these men just don't want a good woman. No, they're not attracted to you. That's the truth. Has nothing to do with, they just don't want a good woman. A man not gonna know you're a good woman until he gets to know you. And he find out your character. And he find out what you're really like. That is when he's gonna know if you're good or not. The first thing we notice as men is what you look like, what you smell like, how you talk, how you walk, things of that nature. And that is what's supposed to stimulate our mind to be attracted to you. Then after the physical attraction, now we start vibing, getting to know how you move, what you're about, and then things start to open up from there. But if the physical attraction is not even there from the start, then ain't nothing gonna go to the next level. You know? It ain't gonna go to the next level. And it's not even about a woman looking like a supermodel. Because I told you already, a woman can have a somewhat decent looking body. She may not even be all that pretty. Right? She may not be all that pretty. We're not saying she ugly, but she's not like a 9 or a 10. She might be a 5 or a 6. But her personality is great. And what happened is when she get around this man, this brother is there vibing with her and talking to her. And he's like, look, he's holding her hand. And he's like, you know, I'm really glad that I met you. You know, it's like, I don't know what it is, but we can really have these conversations. And I feel like I could talk to you about anything. And he's opening up to this woman. He really feeling this woman. He appreciates her presence, her time. And she's not even no damn 9, 10. She's not an 8, a 9, or a 10. But her personality, this woman makes this man feel alive when he's talking to her. Her energy energizes and recharges his battery. Him being near her makes him feel complete to the point where he got to hold her hand and be like, there's really something about you. You're really different. And it makes him appreciate her. A lot of ladies don't know how to work that type of power. They really don't. They think it's all about how fine they look. The Bible says beauty is vain. Beauty is vain. The Bible warns us about women that focus on beauty. It says, lust not after her beauty in thine heart. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. That's what the Bible says. She lures you in with her looks because she know you want to smash. Guys, every woman know you want to smash. Ladies, anytime a man compliment you, he want to lay pipe. I'm not complimenting a woman by saying, oh, hey, sister, wow, you look really beautiful in that dress. Translation, I want to screw. I want to smash. Anytime a man compliment you, it's because he want to lay pipe. Come on now. You have somebody in the chat says these males are mad that we are waking up. Waking up to what? And why would they be mad at you? Mad because you're waking up. See, how old are you? I guarantee you, you are not in your 20s. You are not in your 30s. You're in your 40s and up. Why? Because I know the language of a 40-plus-year-old woman. I know the language. It's when all of your market value is down, and then you start saying stuff like these males are mad that we are all waking up. Waking up to what? You're still single and lonely. Still miserable. We don't care what you're waking up to. You're not waking up to the Most High. You're not waking up to the spiritual understanding of the truth. So what exactly are you waking up to? Again, you're speaking from a place of your own personal trauma due to the males you dealt with in the past that have shattered your soul. That's what you're speaking from. You're not speaking anything that makes sense. You're speaking from hurt and pain because you're saying these men are mad. We don't know you to be mad. We don't see your face. Again, we don't know who you are. We can't see your face. And we don't have nothing to be mad about. I don't know you. Why would I be mad that you're waking up? What sense does that make? Hey guys, I'm just so mad she's waking up. I don't care what you're waking up to. Stuff doesn't make no sense. You know? Then they start posting stupid stuff. You are a host of the fallen angels, a mutation of... I mean, you can't take them serious, guys. Can't take them serious at all. Why did my comment go black out? Because you're posting something that you're not supposed to post. Maybe YouTube turned it off, or maybe a moderator took it down. If you're using profanity, it's not going to go. If you're spamming the same comment over and over, it's not going to go. Right? Tennessee girl says, so you don't believe in monogamy at all? What is monogamy? A man being with one person, one woman forever? I don't know where you get that concept from, but that comes from the white man. That doesn't come from the culture of our people. That's population control. You don't believe in monogamy. If you did, you would be a virgin. Next. If you believed in monogamy, you would be a virgin right now, and you're not. If you believed in monogamy, you would be a virgin waiting for a man to make you his wife. So you could be only with him. But we know you're not no virgin. So you don't really believe in monogamy. Wealth building before polygamy. You ain't gonna build wealth if you and the women you're dealing with are not working together. Wealth cannot be gotten by a man just working with himself. Wealth is produced when men and their women build together. That is how you build wealth. The reason why, especially in the Black community, we struggle and struggle and struggle is because, number one, our parents never left no inheritance for us. We had to start from scratch, from the bottom, and work our way up. And even after working our way up, we still struggling. Whereas in other families, wealth is already there for their children's children. And it's because we don't know how to work with each other. You know? Serious business, man. So again, the sister said there are plenty of good women, good women out here that are single. That's nice. How many of those good women are settling down with a man that practices polygyny? I'll wait. Crickets, crickets, crickets. They're not good women. A woman is not a good woman when she says, well, I don't believe in polygyny. I just want a man just for me. Well, that's never going to happen because you don't control access to relationship. The man does. And a real man that is a man's man, he's going to tell you straight, this is what it is. Any guy that get into a relationship and is willing to take an oath of monogamy, you're setting yourself up for failure. I always tell women that they need to embrace polygyny. Even if a man is just with you for many years, he might be with just you, never with no other woman. But as a woman, you're supposed to accept and embrace the possibility of him having another woman, even if he don't got one. That's what's going to help you to no longer be insecure. The reason why a lot of ladies are insecure is because they're living in constant fear, constant worry of a man getting with another woman. And that's why you can't sleep. You're constantly trying to look through his phone, constantly driving around his job, trying to find what he's doing. That's crazy. If all you had to do is just be like, look, as long as I know you're doing everything right by the Most High, I'm good to go. It is what it is. Whatever you're doing, I know you're making the best decisions because you're a righteous, quality man. But most of you ladies don't respect none of these men, so you don't even expect them to make the right kind of decisions. Now, it's one thing if a man claims, oh, I practice polygyny, and he's out there screwing around different women just kind of in the streets. That's not polygyny. Polygyny doesn't mean go out there and just sleep around with women and just randomly do this and have no regard for the wife or wives that you have. No, you have to have discipline. You have to be the kind of man that get with a woman on a serious level. We're not talking about just going out there to screw and then do whatever. See, this is why, guys, you just got to just be men and stop worrying about what women think. And like it's like you're trying to get permission from a woman to be a man. Just go be a man. Just go be a man. Just be you. Do what you're supposed to do. And whoever is with you is going to have to just fall in line, or could they just go? Because we don't got time to be playing these particular games. We're grown men. And a woman is supposed to know her place and her position in your life and understand your authority as a man. If she's trying to usurp that authority, it goes back to what I said. She wants to control you. And a man should never be controlled by a woman. If you're a man and your woman control you, you're not a man. I'm sorry. There's no way you could tell me you're a man and your woman control you. You know? Don't make no sense. You said these men go through phones too? I've never been through my wife's phone and I don't care. I don't care about none of that stuff. That stuff is stupid. Like, if a woman is going to go out and take D, she's going to go out and take D. I cannot stop that. You get what I'm saying? I'm not jealous. I'm not worried about none of that type of stuff. I don't care. Stuff is not on my mind. So when you say men are looking through phones, that's not a good man. That's the Pookie and Ray Ray type males that be slapping you ladies around that is always in your phone. A man who's secure within himself, he's not in your phone because he's jealous and look, that's just stupid stuff. That don't make no sense. For any man to be looking through some damn woman's phone, you're just insecure as a man. Lovely P, how old are you? Before we even have a conversation, how old are you? Because I really don't like wasting my time. How old are you? How old are you? He says, so why would you think a woman is doing it? That's what you ladies do all the time. How old are you? No age, right? Look, ladies, y'all could disagree with the truth that we sharing, but I tell you one thing, you will be single for the rest of your natural life. And that's the thing women don't want to get. You tell them the truth, they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it, guys. So you claim you're 38, even though I don't believe it. Are you married? Are you married? At Lovely P, are you married? Lovely P, could you answer the question, please? Are you married? Lovely P, are you married? She says she's a widow. I mean, you can't win with these women, fam. You can't. You can't win with them, fam. They say widow as an excuse. And even if you are a widow, why you're not married if you're a good woman? If you already were married and you're a widow, you should know what being a wife is about. So why is it so difficult for a good woman to get a good man? That's the equivalent of me having a good job. I get fired. You gonna tell me I don't know how to get another good job? Why are you single? How come you can't go find a good man? Matter of fact, if you're a widow, you're supposed to be able to get a good man because you already been a wife. Wow, bro. This ain't making sense. This ain't making sense. A good woman is supposed to be, listen, if a woman is a widow and she's a good woman, it should be easy for you to go out there and get a good man. The problem is you don't want that particular man. You want a special kind of man that don't want you. Normally, the men women want don't want them because he's not a good man. He's not. And that's the truth. Notice Lovely P. She says, I'm not looking for a good man. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. Why would I go looking? I mean, this is just a mess. So, I'm telling you, man, religion is keeping all these women single, fam. She literally said she's not looking for a good man. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Why would I go looking? So let me get this straight. Let's flip that. Why should you go looking for a job? You need a job, but you don't want to go look for the job. You want the job to come look for you. Does that make sense? You want a job, but you waiting for the job to come look for you. That's your attitude when it comes to finding a good man? So you want a good man to come look for you. Well, where are you? How do a good man find you if you're in a live chat at 4 a.m. in the morning? How did he find you? What's your social media? If a man was to go to your social media right now, would he be head over heels over you, or would he swipe left? Come on now. Don't listen to these women gassing you up saying, oh, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of this, and I'm proud. That man ain't gassing you up. All of y'all in the same pot. Single, mad at me for speaking the truth. And I'm giving you the ultimate truth that you're not going to hear nowhere else. I'm literally telling y'all the future. And y'all don't want to hear. A job is a necessity. A man is not. So why are you here listening to me? Leave. Bye. If a job is a necessity and a man is not, there goes the reason why you're single. You don't see a man as an important vessel in your life. You see the job more valuable than the man. Guys, if you can't see that, I don't know what else to tell you. If you can't see that, she believed the job is way more important than the man. That just goes to show, if you get into a relationship with a woman, the only way she's going to like you or even respect you is if you got a job. But if you were to lose your job, she's out. That's sad, man. I know whoever that is single. I know whoever that is, that Tennessee girl, she's single. Yeah, women want men to work for them. That's what I mean by control. They want the man to work for them. They want to control the man to the point where they know where he go at all times. You know? You said single is the bomb. Are your legs open? Is your legs open at FU? Because while you're talking about how single is the bomb, y'all say that stuff like y'all just single and having a ball. Is your legs open? Because if your legs is open to a ninja, you are not single. Come on now. Think about that, guys. You said you are married and up at 4. I'm working. You're not. You're up at 4. I'm up working. I'm doing content. I'm a content creator. I'm at my job. And my wife is actually up washing clothes. You should be worrying about finding a man rather than worrying about what I'm doing in my house. That's the problem. Are you happy? Why are you not somewhere loving on your wife? Because I'm making money right now. Where's your husband? You don't have one and will never have one because of that attitude. That attitude is sorry. I'm sorry, but that attitude is bad. Ain't no man want an argumentative, cantankerous woman like that. You're disrespectful. I could tell that your spirit is bad, and I could tell that you're not even pleasant to be around. I could read the room. I could read the room. You're not a pleasant human being. And I don't think any man would be happy to be around you. That's why you're single and will remain that way. You will push men away from you because of your attitude. Right, men want peace. She ain't bringing no peace. She's bringing pain. Women are discovering how peaceful it is to be single. All of that is cap. I'm not buying none of that stuff because if all of you ladies are so peaceful being single, you wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't even be here right now. You would not be listening to me. If you're so happy being single, go away and be single. Go and be single. Go away, be single with your rose toy. Because we all know if a man ain't tapping that thing from the back then you most likely got some orders from AliExpress and Amazon Prime that you play with at night. You're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. I'm just telling you the truth. Y'all over here playing one way and acting like y'all don't know what it is. I know what y'all do. I got women that be pulling up into my live chat. They be like, oh, if you didn't have a wife, I would get with you. Woman, you would get with any man if he have a woman. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Because once you say that, you already expose where you are. A lot of women don't care what woman a dude got. They would get with him regardless. They be out here perpetrating a fraud fronting, but then they go to their 9 to 5 and they become somebody's job wife. Stop playing. You're not fooling me. I know all about the 9 to 5. I know all about job wives. I know all about that stuff. You're not fooling me. At work, you be somebody's job wife. Some of y'all that's in the chat at the 9 to 5, you somebody's job wife. Don't move too much. We won't know it's you. But on the job, some of y'all literally is somebody's job wife. And that dude that's at work be blowing your back out. Low key. He be blowing your back out. You be taking care of him at work. And then you go home to your man. So stop it. You're not fooling me. A lot of brothers know what I'm saying is true. You know what I'm saying? I've seen everything when I was on a 9 to 5. I seen women do brutal stuff. I seen dudes drop their woman off at work, give them hugs and kisses, and this woman is at work topping off the brothers. Throwing that thing back. I remember this one particular sister, she got pregnant on the job, had the baby, and her husband thought the baby was his. She got pregnant on the job. Messy. Messy, man. Yeah, it happens all the time at work. And the thing is, when you at work, you know who's with who. Women be trying to be all discreet with their moving around. We know who's smashing who on the job. What y'all think? We don't understand job politics. We know who messing with who. I know bruh man messing with Stacy over there. I know Charlene messing with Derek. I know who's with who. So I know not to holler at any of those shorties because I know that's bruh man's thing on the job. That's his job wife. So I kind of leave that alone. You know? The whole issue I'm trying to make here, guys, if a woman is good, she would have a good man. The reason why women are single is because they want control, guys. They want control and they can't get it. Number one, if you don't fit what she wants, she ain't getting with you. It's not about what you want. It's not about her being a helpmate to you and your vision. It's about you fitting her criteria. That's why they're single. Unfortunately, that's why they're single. So many women are missing out on quality men because they want to control the man. When all they had to do is just settle down with a good man and just live. But no, they growing old, man. A lot of you ladies in your 40s, pushing 50, still single. Talking about you waiting for a good man to build a life with. How? What life you gonna build? Should have been did that already. It don't make sense. You should have been built that life. Some of y'all waiting too long. You're waiting and waiting and waiting. Nah, man. Some of y'all are already 50 plus years old, man. Talking about you waiting on the Lord to send you a good man. This don't make sense. And here's the thing. For the women that say, well, I just want to be single, I just want to do this. I hope you're not sleeping around with nobody. Because if you're single and you just want to remain single, then this content is not for you. So why argue with the truth? If you want to be single and just stay single, then stay single and leave me alone. If you want to stay single, stay single. That's your problem. But don't get mad at me because of the truth I'm sharing. You're just losing your mind. It don't make no sense. All I'm going by is what she said. Good women deserve a good man that is worth building a life with. So basically what she's saying is this man got to fit what she believes is of value so it could be worth building with. So it's not about what the man wants from you. It's about what he got to have that fits her, what she consider is a good man. Because, you know, when you ask a woman, what's a good man? Matter of fact, let's ask. Ladies, what defines a good man? Put it in the comments. What defines a good man? What is a good man to you? What is a good man? Alexandra said, me, you. Well, I would be an example. I would be an example. So, I guess the character you see. Because a lot of women, they know what a good man look like, act like. But guess what? They don't want that man. Because they see that man as, oh, he has a woman. Because I teach on polygyny all the time. And basically, they reject that. So there's nothing I can do about that. This woman is not graduate high school. A man who provides for his wife and children. You really can't say, I mean, that's your opinion. But even the Bible says, if a man don't provide for his own house, he's worse than an infidel. So every man is supposed to provide for his house. That's like, you got to do that. You know, a man have to do that. I mean, it's a simple answer, you know, that could pretty much sum it up. But there's a lot of guys that provide for their households and stuff, and the women still don't respect them. You have a lot of men that provide for their house, provide for their kids. They do all of those things, and the women still don't respect that man. You know? Tennessee girl says a job, respect, loyalty, thoughtfulness, emotional security, and honesty. I doubt that I don't think you're being honest, Tennessee girl, because you said honesty, right? Well, I'm honest, right? And when I'm honest and I'm transparent and speak on issues, women get upset. So women really don't want honesty. They want a man that's going to lie, right? A lot of ladies say they want a man that got a job, but if he's not making a certain amount of money, she don't want him. Respect. When a woman says a man that has respect, what she's talking about is respect for her, meaning you're not supposed to be around no other woman. You're supposed to just be with her and her only and not disrespect her by having a woman around. That's what she's really meaning. Loyalty. Again, she want you to practice monogamy. She want you to be with just her. She don't want you to be around no other woman. When a woman says loyalty, she want you to be only with her. She's not speaking of loyalty as in you're doing your job as a man in a household. That's a given. She means loyalty just to her and her only. She don't want to share nothing with no other woman. Thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness meaning that you pretty much have to be the kind of guy that's thinking about her all day. She don't want you to be thinking about no other woman, and you have to be thoughtful about the things that you do and not piss her off. Emotional security is actually a play on words. She's the one who's looking for emotional security. Men are not looking for emotional security. We don't care about none of that emotional stuff. So what she's looking for is emotional security to be provided for her so that you can make sure that she's safe in terms of you not messing with some other woman. Everything falls back to having some other woman. You know? Look, guys, a lot of women out here are dealing with problems, demons, trauma from their past, just a lot of dark things, man. And what happens is it end up being taken out on other brothers. You know? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense at all, guys. But this is what's going on. Let me see. Dun, 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 dun. You said what? You forgot Forever Studios' birthday party? He said it was the 17th. He said it was the 17th. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I forgot his birthday party. Is today the 17th? Is today the 17th? Cloves Hill says, you angry. No, you're angry because you don't got a man. If you're out, then be out. Why you got to tell us that you're out? Let me help you. Let me just block you and get you out forever. It don't even make no sense you're here. You're going to come into my live chat to tell me I'm angry and then tell me you're out. Just leave and don't tell me nothing. Right? It don't make no sense. These people are crazy, man. Maria says loyalty, honest, respectful, and integrity. All of that is cap. Y'all giving these answers, but these answers are vague. Because the truth be told, every answer you're given says one thing. You want a man you could control through monogamy. Y'all being disingenuous with your answers because I can read the room. When you says loyal, you're saying monogamy. When you say honest, you're saying monogamy. When you're saying respectful, you're saying monogamy. When you say integrity, you're saying monogamy. You're saying I want a man for myself and only me because I'm selfish. That's what you're saying. You ladies are not fooling me. You're talking to a family man that's been a family man for years. Do you understand me? You're not fooling me. I know exactly what you're doing. I don't know why y'all playing games with this stuff. I really don't understand. This stuff is so simple to understand, and y'all playing games. Rather than you ladies just be happy with a man, be his woman, and live your life. Instead, you trying to control him still. It don't make no sense. Well, a man that I can control, or I will take single for the rest of my life. This don't make no sense. Then we get the foolish comments from Tennessee girl. Can your wife have a boyfriend, Ringo? This is just dumb stuff, man. Seriously. There really is no hope for a lot of you ladies, man. I'm realizing there's really no hope. Y'all don't want truth. Y'all just want to play. Y'all really don't want to hear the truth. This is why y'all get played by these influencers on social media who's always acting like they're dating gurus. They're all lying to get a check. I'm the only one telling y'all the truth. And it's like y'all playing these little games like I don't, man, I tell you, man. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Do you ladies not realize y'all get pregnant? Now, if you're a woman that's menopaused out, you shouldn't even be worrying about a man damn near cheating or having some other woman on the side. You can't even produce children. So let's keep it a buck. How many of you ladies are trying to have children right now? I'll wait. How many of you ladies are trying to have children right now? I'll wait. You'd be surprised. A lot of women are like, oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm done having kids. I ain't trying to have no more kids. And then some of y'all have kids and y'all expecting a man to come in to be a stepdaddy to take care of you and all them kids that you had from other men. That ain't happening. That's another whammy right there. You know? Now think about it. Lovely P says, I'm done with children. My youngest is 7 and my oldest is 20. If you're done having children, there's no purpose for you other than smashing. That's it. So forget about being a wife. Just be some man's side woman, because that's all you got. Do you see how easy it was for me to put you in a category? Do you see how easy that was? Think about it. You just said you're done having kids. Okay, cool. If you're done having kids, you don't even serve the purpose of being a wife. You're just a woman who's a concubine, a woman I just have on the side. I come over to the crib, lay some pipe real quick, probably get some good food. We watch a movie. It is what it is. And I'm out. I go back to home with my family after getting some top. We have some fun. It is what it is. Come on now. So now think about this. If you already done told yourself, I'm done having kids, then if you get with a man and you don't want no more kids, what really is this relationship? What is this relationship you having with this man? It's purely sexual. So what the heck you worrying about him having some other woman for when you can't even produce no kids for this man? So if I'm a man and I want to have more kids and I get with you and you can't produce no more kids, what the hell am I with you for? What am I with you for? If you cannot produce children, I'm just there to smash. So what are you complaining for? All I'm there for is to lay pipe. So what are you getting mad at me for if I got some other woman who can bear a child for me? If I got this sister over here and she's in her prime and she's willing to give me children, how you gonna get mad at me for hooking up with her? You don't want to produce for me. I'm telling you, man, something's wrong. Something seriously wrong, bro. You ladies got to get it together. If you know you're not trying to have no kids, why are you making this so difficult? Like a man got to damn near marry you in order to sleep with you. Isn't that what is that Lovely P said earlier? Isn't that what she said? That you gotta, I don't know if it was Lovely P or it was Tennessee. I'm not sure which one of y'all said that, but one of y'all said something about, I'm not doing none of that sleeping around or playing with self or whatever. So in order for a man to sleep with you, he gotta marry you, but he can't get no kids out of this, but he's gonna marry you. That's a bad deal. I wouldn't do that. I would not marry a woman just so I could sleep with her. That's dumb. What the hell I'm doing that for? Why would you go get with a woman that's menopaused? Why would a man do that to himself? If a man want to have children, he need a woman that could bear children. If you're a woman who's up there in your age and you want to settle down with a man and you know you can't have kids, you have to accept the fact that, okay, I'll be his woman. I know I can't produce kids. So the kind of relationship I'm going to have with this man is strictly companionship. You got to agree to that. I'm not saying if you're a woman and you can't produce no kids that you can't have a man in your life, but you got to have that understanding with that man from the jump. In other words, if you feel in this brother, you want him to be a companion in your life, that got to be settled from the beginning. In other words, hey, I can't produce no kids for you. I know I can't do that. I'm really not even interested in being no wife, but I do want a man in my life to have companionship and X, Y, and Z. That gotta be talked about right then and then. That way y'all can have that understanding. That way y'all can have that understanding. I'm not saying, if you can't have kids or if you don't want no kids, you can't have a man. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that a man will push you away. What I'm saying is let's agree on the truth. The truth is you don't want no kids right now, right? But you want companionship. You want a man in your life. So let's throw marriage out of the damn equation. Forget about that marriage paper, all this other nonsense. What you want is companionship, right? So you need to just settle down with that man and make that official. I can't produce no kids for you, but I'm feeling you. I like you, X, Y, and Z. Let that go to the next level. And be happy, for crying out loud. But no, y'all want to talk all this stuff about getting married and settling down. What are you doing? It's too late for all of that. It's too late. I just turned 48. Imagine me at 48 talking about, I'm going to go back to college. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to go see if I could get drafted into the NBA. What? No. It's not happening. It's not happening. The NBA do not take anybody at age 48. They don't do that. And to be honest with you, even in the workforce, in the work world, most companies want fresh, youthful men and women that are in their early 20s. They really do. They believe in hiring young people. If you're an older man, older woman, it's going to be a little more difficult depending on your resume, work history, and so on and so forth. Most companies aren't really trying to hire older men, older women. Depends on the field, but for the most part, they want young people. So if you've been with a company and you're an older gentleman or older woman, then of course, yeah, you work there because you've been there at the company for damn near 15, 20 years. The last agency I was at, I think I was there for about a good 14 years, I believe. 14 years. You see? But my point is this. As a woman, you have to really know where you are. If you're up there in your age, take marriage and throw that off the damn roof. Let's stop playing. Because a lot of y'all are missing out on opportunity with quality men because you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. It's not that this man don't want you. You're holding yourself back. You're doing that to yourself. I'm serious. Because you can have a quality man in your life. You just are, looking at different aspects of stuff. It's like, for example, I talk about polygyny all the time. Women are always mad with me. I try to have these conversations with you ladies. Y'all keep getting mad at me, unsubscribing, cursing me out when y'all ready, or you don't talk to me for a season. Then you come back, now we cool, and then you just flipping out and wilding out. I don't know. Y'all be tweaking, right? And it's because I'm speaking the truth regarding polygyny. And the reason why I speak on these issues, because in order for you to overcome these insecurities, you got to know that this man is going to be attracted to other women. He's going to be. And what's sad about this is you ladies that are in your 40s and up, y'all got to grow up. I'm sorry. Y'all got to grow up. Y'all grown women. Y'all are some grown women. Y'all should not be wasting time talking about, oh, you cheating on me. Woman, you in your 40s, 50s. You talking about somebody cheating on you. Grow up. You're a grown woman. Stop it. This don't make no sense, bro. Makes no sense whatsoever. Let me see. You still saying to Lovely P to preach? That don't make no sense. Shout out to Ethereal in the building. V-Dub man. Let me see what Ethereal says. She says, I'm a nurse. I will always have a job. Yeah, but not always have a man. You won't always have a man. See the difference? Yeah, you can always have a job. That's cool. But have a man, that's a different ball game right there, lady. That's a different ball game, man. See, you boasting about you'll always have a job, but you can't say that about having a man. You can't say I will always have a man. You can't say that. And that's what I'm saying. You look at your job as security, but deep down inside, you're lacking companionship from a man. And a lot of you ladies, you need that, but you've been independent. You've been acting, well, I don't need a man. I'm good. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, it is what it is, man. A man is the easiest thing to get, Ringo. Yeah, in bed. But you can't get him to put you in a relationship. It's very true. A man is the easiest thing to get, to sleep with you. Meaning, if you open your legs, a man is going to slide in. If you offer to give him some head, he'll take it. Doesn't matter what woman you are. He going to take it. You know why? Because it's sex related. But that does not mean you can go out there and make a man marry you. That's never going to happen. Come on now. That's never going to happen. A lot of women always keep saying stuff like, oh, it's easy to get a man. Yeah, easy to sleep with a man because he thirsty. So, it is what it is. Because see, even if you're a woman and you're offering to sleep with a man, in other words, well, it's easy. I'll dress up. I'll look sexy, whatever. I'll get him, lure him in. That's cool. But a real man of truth, a quality man, he ain't going to be so easy to sleep with you either way. Because a man that has discipline, he going to weigh his options and look at you and be like, you know what? This is too damn easy. I'm not going to just slide up inside this woman just because she figures she's a woman and I'm a man and I'm just going to go with the flow. No, she could be lining you up. She could be trying to destroy your whole life. And that's just the way it is, guys. You see? But they get mad at me when I talk about these topics. A man will what? A man will marry? I don't know. I don't know if you was responding to somebody else. Are we living in two different worlds or something? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. A good woman will get married. Yeah, when she's young. What Earth Woman says, Woman Earth says, can I be your companion? That sounds nice and cute. At the same time, when it comes to social media, right? A lot of you women, y'all be playing these little games, right? Like, and you know, it's fun. At the same time, you ladies know how to interact on social media. Like, for example, a lot of women know my Instagram page. They know how to communicate. But when women say stuff like that, it's sort of like, it's like a game they play. It's like trolling. They're not really serious. They just like to play. So I get you're playing. But a real woman who know what she want, she go get it. That's the difference between a real woman. On social media, there's a lot of games. Everybody's playing. Like I said, guys, when a real woman, listen, bro, when a woman want you, she find you. She locates, she contacts you, she introduces, she send you a photo, she makes everything ready, and she do what she gotta do. She don't sugarcoat or play. So be very careful with all of that other stuff. That's why on social media, when it comes to women that even be in the chat sometimes, like I don't even pay them no mind because I know a lot of these women be playing these little games. It's like it's a game. Everything is a game to them. And they don't really take life serious. They really don't. They really don't, guys. Let's see what we got. A lot of ladies can have any job easy, but can't get a quality man easy, and can't get a ring on their finger easily. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they always talking about what man they could get easy. No, you could get him in bed easy. Any woman that want to have sex can go anywhere and just start throwing herself at a man. A thirsty man will lay with you regardless. But you can't go out there. I challenge every woman to go on the street and ask every man you run into, would you make me your wife? And see how many rejections you get. You'll get rejected all day. These men will look at you like you crazy. They'll be like, marry you? Man, you better get the heck out of here. But if you said, hey, brother, I think you're handsome. I want to give you some head. You want to come in my car real quick? I'll take care of you real fast. He'd be like, all right. All right. You know why? Because you ladies hold the key and access to sex, like I told you. But you don't hold the key to marriage. You don't. You know? It's easy for a woman to get a man to sleep with her. Ladies, let's stop playing. It is not easy for you to get a man in a relationship. It is easy for you to lay up with a man. You got to be honest, ladies. It is not easy for you to get a man. No, it is easy for you to get sex. That's it. You could do that. Men can't do that. Men can't just walk up to women and just get whatever they want when they want. No. That's why you got guys that take you out. That's why you got guys that go on dinner dates, trips, this, that. A lot of these guys be simping. A lot of these guys literally are just spending money and they tricking off on women, all of that goofy stuff in order to get them in bed. Y'all ladies already know the bottom line is this man trying to sleep with you. But what I try to teach these men is when a woman like you, she already want to sleep with you. You don't even have to do anything. She already ready to go. She'll find she would make you sleep with her. She will hook up with you, contact you, flirt with you, seduce you in, and set up a date and a time to sleep with you. That's a woman that really want you. You know? Serious. Let me see. Bro, you about to make the internet crash? In what way? For what? Men don't have to do anything. Are you serious? Men don't have to do anything? What do you mean? If a woman want a man sexually, he don't got to do nothing but be himself. He don't got to do nothing but be himself. A man could be a bum, look like a bum, not be dressed up, didn't shave, whatever the case is. If a woman is attracted to him in any way, she like him as he is. Bring in a marriage with a person you love is something that can't be explained. It like trying to explain the joys of parenthood to someone who doesn't have kids. Ethereal says, not me. I get proposed to all the time at 50 plus, facts. But see, the thing is, and a lot of women, I got to let you know, a lot of these guys, man, a lot of these guys will tell you ladies anything. They'll propose, they'll do all of that stuff. At the end of the day, they want to sleep with you. That's just the truth. Because, again, the purpose of a marriage is to produce a family. A man is not trying to marry someone, right, just to sleep with them. It don't make no sense. The purpose of marriage is a joining of families, a joining of wealth. That's what marriage is. A woman would get with a man who come from a wealthy family, and when she join in, those families are joined together. So the wealthy family is going to now empower the family of the young lady that he married. And that's how wealth is transferred, and that's how families grow. And a lot of times the family celebrates because they know their family is about to be well off. And this is why a lot of times when women get with athletes, singers, rappers, movie stars, they celebrate. Or you have a young man about to be drafted into the NFL. His entire family is excited because they know they're going to all benefit. It's not just about him being drafted into the NFL. It means that we don't have to eat Roman noodles no more. We don't have to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches no more. We're about to get into this money. So when a woman get with a man that got bread, she figure her life is going to be good. A lot of times guys will tell you ladies whatever they can tell you in order to sleep with you. I told you guys a story about a woman that was on my job. This woman was a fox. This woman was probably 60 years old, guys. This woman looked like she was 30. This woman was like 60 years old, guys. I think probably like 58, 59, 60, somewhere around there. She was a fox. When I tell you, all the guys wanted to smash this lady. We ain't give 2 cents about how old she was. She was fine. I'm talking about she was just sexy. She was, if you looked up the word sexy, you would see her photo. She was professional on the job, well dressed, but her facial features would get you every time. She used to wear those nice outfits with the skirts, the stockings, and come into work, and we'd be like this. Everybody would go to the office. We would always, listen, we would always go to the office to print stuff on the machine at her location because she would be at the desk. She was like the secretary or something like that. And we would walk in and she would she'll be like, good morning. How you guys doing this morning? I'll be like, oh, we doing good. We doing good. How you doing? And she'll be like, oh, I'm just here, another day at work. And, I got my ID. The ID is what you would use to swipe to make the fax machine work. So I would act like I don't got my ID. I'd be like, oh, darn it. I don't got my ID. I must have left it at the office. Oh, you don't got your ID? I'll help you out. And she'll get up. And you know, when she get up, we get to see all the stuff. So she get up, she come next to me, and she's always flirting with us. And she'll be like all close, and you smelling all her perfume and all that sweetness. And I'm like, man, oh man. I'm like, damn, that's you smelling like that? And she'll be like, oh, you young guys are crazy. Y'all always playing around. And I'm like, nah, I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Now you got me smelling all sweet and stuff. You brushing up on me and whatnot. So she was always fine on the job. And this woman was damn near 60 years of age, guys. So I'm not saying a woman can't get a man, because all of the young guys, all the guys at the job was feeling that woman. But now, would we marry her? No. We're not proposing. We're not getting on some bending knees and be like, would you be my lawful wedded wife? No. But we would hit, definitely. And what I've been trying to tell you ladies for the longest, men would tell y'all anything to smash. These guys would lie, manipulate, gas you up. So I'm not saying men can't propose. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of times men lie. And they'll tell you ladies whatever they can tell you in order to sleep with you, because they can't just tell you straight up that they want to sleep with you. If I find a woman attractive, it's because I would smash. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell ladies, if a guy compliment you, he would sleep with you. If he compliment you, oh, you look good, you look fine, blah, 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 he would sleep with you. He would. It's the truth. If a guy give you a compliment, hey, sister, you looking good, he would sleep with you. It's just that a lot of guys don't have the balls to tell a woman that he want to sleep with her because he's nervous, he's scared. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You could tell a woman straight. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it got to be under the right circumstances. Like, let's say, for example, let's say you at work, right? Even though I don't recommend all of this with all this workplace sexual harassment, all this nonsense. If you're cool with a particular woman on the job, like ain't no issue, y'all vibe, y'all talk, whatever the case is, you could pretty much talk to her about whatever. And it's like a flirt thing going on, and you don't really say nothing to her. You haven't really came out and laid your cards on the table. But for whatever reason, the circumstances arose, and y'all were in a room or somewhere or walked past the hall or whatever the case is, and for some reason, the moment was right. And it's like, you said, hey, I want to tell you something real quick. And she's like, what? What's on your mind? And you're like, come here, I want to tell you something real quick. And you tell her in her ear. You tell her in her ear that you want to sleep with her, straight. Once you tell her that straight in her ear, it's on and popping. You just did something to her. You just activated every essence in her body because you had the balls to tell her straight up. Once you tell her that, it's a wrap. Everything changed. She's no longer that co-worker. Y'all got a full-blown relationship going. She ain't never forgetting that. And if she was the woman that always liked you and you just hit her up like that, bold like that, bro, it's a wrap. Now she thinking about what's going on with you. And I'm just telling you straight. Some of you guys just got to tell ladies straight up what it is and stop all of this friend stuff. Like we just friends and we just kicking it. Sometimes you got to tell her in her ear. Tell her in her ear that you want to lay pipe and whatnot. You want to sleep with her, whatever the case is. Because here's the thing. A lot of the religious women, they're going to be like, well, I'm not doing that. I don't accept that. I believe in Jesus Christ. Listen, all of us got here because our mom was wearing that skirt. Our daddy was doing some construction, you know. He was doing construction with the jack like this. Saw your mama walk by. And he was like, hey, now there, how you doing there, girl? Come on over here. Let me talk to you for a little bit. And she's like, what? What do you want to talk to me for? Well, you know, I like you. Looking kind of nice there. I like that dress. That dress looked very nice on you. Turn around, let me see. Oh, yeah. Very, very nice. I really like it. I think you're a very pretty young lady. Definitely. What do you say? That's how it happened. The next minute, your mom was pregnant. with you. Because your daddy seen her in the street and he blew her back out, laid pipe on her back. That's how we all got here. You know? Our dad was a player. Y'all just don't know that, but your pops, he was that dude back in the day. Some of y'all pops is still alive, and y'all see when he dress up, he's Mac Daddy with his suit and his hat, and he come outside GQ. Back in the day, he was a ladies' man. A lot of y'all need, that's why y'all need to talk to your dad and get that free game. He'll put you on. A lot of the stuff y'all doing today, y'all wasting your time. I told you already. If a woman like you, it's because she's already attracted to you. All it takes is for a woman 10 seconds. Once a woman lay eyes on you, 10 seconds, she already decide that's the type of guy I would sleep with. She already told herself she would sleep with you. Serious. It took her only 10 seconds to figure it out. She's the type of woman that would throw it back. She's the type of woman that would sing on your microphone. And she's already ready, guys. That's only if she like you. If a woman like you, it's because she's already feeling you. She'll sleep with you the same day. It doesn't matter. And it's not nothing to be ashamed of. We're human. We're men. We're women. That's how we procreate. Don't get it all twisted. Don't get ultra religious and all that stupid stuff. As a man, as a woman, physical attraction is what makes the world go round. The problem is everybody be acting too deep and spiritual, and they're no earthly good. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Some of you guys, you might run into a woman at weird locations and may kick it off, and next minute something go down, and it is what it is. You know, it's a lot of stuff that go down, man. You never know where you're going to meet this woman at and how the circumstances going to be, or where you want to meet a man at. But for most of you ladies that claim that you're good women, if you're not putting yourself out there, you're never going to be able to meet a man. You're never going to be able to settle down because you're not putting yourself out there. A lot of you ladies, you don't got no social media presence. You don't got no TikTok, no Instagram, no email, no Facebook, no nothing. So it's very difficult for a man to even communicate with you. And you don't even know how to communicate with him. You know what I'm saying? You could communicate with him. You could send him a message. You could say, hey, such and such and such, boom, boom, boom. But most women, believe it or not, a lot of women are afraid of rejection. And a lot of women, because they don't show themselves, they don't know what a man would think about her. So it's like they kind of play this little game. Sometimes you have women that will hook you up with their friend or a family member, and they'll live through that family member. Even, in other words, their cousin, they introduce their cousin to you, their cousin is dating you, and that makes them feel good to know that the cousin is with you because actually they wanted you, but they didn't know how you would have thought about that, so they made their cousin get with you. I don't know, but that's how it be sometimes. You know? A good woman deserves a good man that is worth building a life with. Again, good women should have no problem getting with a good man because you know where they are. All of you ladies know when a man is a good man, but y'all don't gravitate towards that kind of man. Y'all really don't. Y'all kind of just sit back and play this little game, and I don't get it. You know? Let me see. Somebody post Ecclesiasticus. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. That is a very true. I have no social media presence. Well, if you don't have no social media presence, you can forget about any man or whatever. In other words, the only options for you interacting with a man would be in your neck of the woods in terms of work or within your community. That's pretty much it, which is limited. This is why most women on the job end up becoming job wives, because the only men they interact with is the men that's on the job. That's pretty much it. So if you don't have no social media presence, you're limiting your options. And if you do have a social media presence and you have a bunch of photos and stuff, you're going to have DM messages from all sorts of creepy men that just want to sleep with you, you know? And they'll run some good game on you, and you'll think they're good men. That's where a lot of you ladies get played, you know? Is that hard for these men to understand? I don't think it's hard for men to understand. The truth is, do women understand that it's up to us brothers to determine if you're a good woman? Because you might feel you're a good woman in your own right, and then when we're around you, we might not pick up on that good woman energy, because we might realize maybe you might be a little controlling, maybe you want to control that man, and now it's like the man get turned off. He's like, nah, I can't be around this. She remind me of some ex-woman I had that was pretty much the same, and I can't deal with that. Want to know where I'm going, want to know what's my phone and why your phone is locked and all this other goofy stuff. I can't deal with that, you know? But yeah, guys, it's a very interesting topic, man. I want to do more topics like this. I really want to do more topics like this. Good women deserve a good man that is worth building a life with. It's the other way around. A good man, good men deserve a good woman that is worth building a life with, because us men are the ones that marry the woman. We're the ones that control access to relationship. Even if we're not married, if I'm just kicking it with you, I'm giving you access into my life so that we can pretty much have that companionship. I'm agreeing to that, which is the equivalent of like a marriage, you know? So let me see. Ethereal says, you're right. I'm not a good woman at all. I am an extraordinary woman. I mean, it's good to be positive. It's good to think highly of yourself. At the same time, the scriptures said, let another man praise you, which means you can be extraordinary in your own right. Of course, you have to give yourself positive words and feel good about yourself. That's very important and healthy. At the same time, when a man can tell you that without you telling yourself, that's when you know you're extraordinary. It's when a man tell you, when a man is around you and he's feeling your energy and he's like, man, you're really a good woman. Like, I'm really happy that I met you. Like, the conversations we have is really, really fun. I really like being near you. I could talk to you about anything. How many of you guys ever been around a woman like that, where you literally broke it down? Like, you were talking to her and you said those very words. That's when you know you're around a good woman, is when you're enjoying her energy. It feels refreshing. You could chat, you could talk. Your conversations could go on and on and on and on. It never get boring, because she brings a certain vibe and makes you feel at peace. And when you feel that peace, you always want to be around her. How many of you guys been around a woman and just being around her made you feel a sense of peace, calmness? And it was like, man. And then when you kind of left, it's like, damn, I need to go back. I need to go back to her, man. Like, wow, that's wild, man. Like, she have some good vibes about her. Yeah, it could be her spirit is good. Her spirit is good, and she have a lot of good qualities that resonated with your energy, and you feel good about her. You're at peace. You realize that, yeah, I think I need to have her around more, you know? But then again, you have a lot of women that got rid of good men. You have women that got rid of good men. Now, does that mean that was a good woman? I doubt it. I don't think she was a good woman, because if she's getting rid of good men, it could mean that from the surface level, she appeared as a good woman, but she don't want to break his spirit and letting him find out that she's really not all that. Sometimes a woman will cut you loose because they know you're a good man and they don't want to hurt you. Meaning, she could be the type of woman that sleep around with other dudes. You don't know she's sleeping around, and you look up to her as a good woman, but she's looking at you like, man, this is really a good man. I don't want to break this man in pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break off this relationship. I'm going to just tell him I don't want to deal with him no more because he don't know that I'm really promiscuous and I just can't deal with this. He's more of the faithful type. And sometimes women will let you go because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they'll break up with you. It is what it is, man. You says, do you think you attract who you are? No. Because nobody's like you. You're unique. If you're attracted to someone, it's because you're physically attracted. That is the life cycle of procreation kicking in, you know? But if the woman is not showing that same energy, that same attraction, then she's not for you. But it doesn't mean that you attract people who, like, you know, do you attract people who you are? Like, no. You attract people that have the right kind of energy. Like, for example, with me, I find that a lot of times I'm always drawn to Aquarius women. I don't know what it is. Like, it's strange. Like, it's strange. I don't understand it. But it seemed like all the women that I may find attractive, or if they're interested in me, they're Aquarius. Or a sign next to Aquarius. Probably whatever those signs that are compatible. And I'm not really with all of the Zodiac stuff, but there's some truth to this stuff. Because it seems as if though all these women are all Aquarius. And it's crazy. You know, I sometimes, like there was this one time, I'm not sure where it was. It was on YouTube somewhere in some woman's video. And I came into the comments and she was just there talking and whatnot. Fairly attractive lady. And I was like, you're an Aquarius, right? I know you are. I could tell. She says, how you know? The energy drawn me in. You know what I'm saying? The energy draws me in. You know, it's crazy. And that is like something that is very serious. Like, depending on your sign, your sign says the kind of women you're going to attract, and vice versa. You know? Like, it's crazy. But there's some truth to that stuff. I don't get up in the morning looking for zodiacs, looking for readings. I'm not into none of that stuff. At the same time, there's some truth to this stuff. Just that I just don't dwell into that mess. Right? You say, yeah, if I've seen pattern with me, it's Cancer and Aries. What's your sign? I'm a Gemini. Birthday was June 1st. June 1st, I'm the leader of the Geminis. That's right. I'm the leader of the Geminis. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna get up on out of here, guys. It's literally 5 in the morning. This is crazy. It's literally 5 in the morning, fam. That's wild. I ain't planning to be up this long. It's gonna mess up my damn day. It's gonna mess up my day. Who can find a virtuous woman? Nobody. Nobody. There's no such thing as Geminis having a split personality. Y'all tripping. I don't know why people always say that type of stuff, like Geminis are two-faced and all this other mess. I don't know where y'all get that from, but whatever. The whole idea of who can find a virtuous woman, if you study the scriptures, that was the man of God's desire. The whole idea of a Proverbs 31 woman was not an actual real woman. That was his desire woman. You understand? That was not a real woman. That's why he says, who can find her? Her value is higher than this and that. That was his idea of the ideal woman. That was not a real woman. So when you see women going around saying, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, that's cap. Ain't none of these women Proverbs 31 nothing. You got to develop over the years to develop those traits. It takes years to develop into a woman like that. It takes years. You got to have a lot of experience to really build yourself up into that kind of woman. That was the kind of woman that man desired. You know what I'm saying? That was not an actual woman that lived. But in today's day, every woman believed they're Proverbs 31. You know? So, hey, if you like the platform, if you like the work, if you like the conversations we're doing over here, double tap the screen to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. I just wanted to have a conversation about Alexandra's comment, because even though we having a discussion about that comment, she posted under my 50-50 video, and the truth is that video was totally different. That video was more or less about women. It wasn't even about if you're a good woman or not. That video was more about women that are sexually active but posing like they're single. It's like, let's say me and a particular sister, I'm messing with this sister, we kicking it on the low. You know what I'm saying? We doing what we do. But on her social media, it says she's single. You know what I mean? I'm talking about that. It's like women that pose like they single, they act like they happy, they act like they don't need a man, but on the low, they got some dude that they messing with. Some dude they at the telly with, and they doing all sorts of, you know, freak offs and other stuff with Diddy oil when they, you know what I'm saying, at the hotel. Women have a problem with the scriptures. Wives, submit to your husbands as unto the Lord. Oh yeah, they definitely have a problem with that. You bring up those scriptures, they get upset with you one time. You know? I just try to have good conversations. Some of the ladies, they're gonna listen to the things that I say. Some of them not gonna listen to nothing I say. It's okay. You could agree to disagree. All I'm saying is, if you're a woman and you're in your 40s, pushing 40, and you're done with having kids, but you still trying to have companionship with a man, still trying to have a relationship, that need to be talked about from the beginning with that particular man, so you're not leading him on. It don't make no sense, this man taking you down the aisle to make you some wife when he's not going to get no kids out of this deal. You get what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is just have that companionship, that respect for one another, and acknowledge the kind of relationship you're trying to really put together. Because sometimes a woman may not be built to be a wife. She goes to work all the time. She got long hours. She's preoccupied with other stuff. She may not even be interested in being a wife, but she want a man in her life. She want companionship. She wants somebody to lay pipe on her back every now and then. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the point is, those type of relationships got to be talked about, and we have to be adults about these situations. You can't come into the situationship and be like, well, I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to be with you because I know you got some woman, blah, 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 blah. You're missing out on the opportunity because a lot of you ladies, believe it or not, are single and you need a man in your life. Women outnumber men like 20-1. Literally, there's about 20 women in this world to each man. There's so many women. It's crazy how women can think that if a man got with them, they're supposed to only be with them. Doesn't make any sense. If there is 20 million women in the world and only 5 million men, only 5 million women would have a husband if we were to go by monogamy. The Most High set it up where a man is able to have more than one woman. That's why it's so easy to pretty much, what was the words I'm trying to say? That's why we have an influx of what we call cheating in today's day. It's because there's so many women that need a man. Trust me, whoever that guy is messing with on the low, she know he got a woman. She know. The side woman always know. The side woman is always fun to be around. If you ask all the men in the chat, if we were to ask them, bro, who's more fun? Your main woman or the side woman? They'll say the side woman. And it's not a knock on the main woman because she got her qualities. It's just that she's the wife. She's more or less more reserved, set in her ways, whereas the fun girl, she's excited, optimistic, everything is so outgoing, and you could just talk about anything. You could just do whatever. She's wild. She's just exciting to be around. And that's why most guys would say the fun girl, the side girl is always the fun girl. It doesn't mean the wife cannot be fun. It's not a knock to her. It's just that she's more traditional. Whereas the fun girl, she just want to smash. She want to get it in, no holds barred. She just wilding out. You know what I mean? Anything goes. She's willing to do whatever. And that's just the way it is. And she know you got a woman too. She knows you have a woman. So it's not like you there sweating, trying to duck and hide. You know, like some of you guys, you be acting like you don't got a woman, and then you end up getting caught. You know what I mean? That's why it's important that when you talk to women, you just tell them straight up, I got a wife, I got a woman, I got a baby mama, I got 2 kids, 3 kids, 5 kids. Let them know straight up and down what your circumstances is. That way you're not hiding, playing no game, and she know what it is, you know? So I'm going to get up on out of here, guys. You know? So y'all rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I got to go get me some rest. Guys. The women going to be mad with this one again. They're going to start to, I'm unsubscribing. Who do you think you are? Like, man, I tell you, it's crazy out here, guys. Yeah, V-Dub is right. At Yana says you shouldn't be sexual with more than one man. The other guys are just being used. Yeah. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you like the backdrop. You know what I'm saying? People be like, oh, that's AI and all this other stuff. AI, ain't no AI here, man. You know what I'm saying? But guys, we're gonna get up on out of here, man. Hey, take a look at the cinema rig, fam. You see this? The cinema rig. You see the microphone? We got the microphone for it. You know what I mean? This is all around the FX3. You know what I'm saying? Got the G Master lens. You know what I'm saying? This is not cheap. This is a beast. This is a workhorse of a machine. You know what I mean? You see the FX3 right there. So, hey, it is what it is. We're going to put this thing to use, guys. The only thing that I don't have right now, guys, that we're working on is the stabilizer for the camera. This thing weighs a lot. I really wish I had 2 of these particular cameras where like I could keep this one the way it is, set up with the rig, right? And use this for certain type of filming, like certain shots, but then have another camera, the same camera, but more lightweight, where I can like run and gun and get some shots that's easy. It's easy to carry. You can put it on a gimbal, get some steady shots, because this one right here, I got to get a stabilizer for this because this camera got weight. It got too much weight on this right here, fam. So you could hold it, you could get some shots, you could do good with it, but you're gonna have to put the camera down. And it's like, I need to get some sort of stabilizer that would allow me to put on like a vest. You put on a vest, and then what happens is you set the camera on. I think I was telling you about it. That's what we got to get next, is the stabilizer for the camera. It's a vest. You put a vest on. It has like this crane thing that goes on the side, and you put the camera built into it. And then what happens is a steady cam. So now you could walk around with it, and it's not heavy because your back supports the weight. So now you can move around, you can run with the camera. The camera will not shake. It'll just be a steady shot, just like in the movies, professional, clean shots. And that's what needs to be gotten for this, especially with the type of work that I'm gonna be doing. The stabilizer is a must. Have to get that. Because with that, shooting video is, man, you could get those super cinematic shots. Like I could literally run with the camera and I don't have to worry about it jittering and shaking and none of that stuff. It'll be smooth, butter smooth video production. That's what I gotta get for this particular rig, guys. But hey, I gotta go get me some rest. So we're gonna have more talks like this, guys. Shout out to all the ladies that showed up to the show, all the ladies that might have gotten mad with me or whatever the case is. You know, don't get mad. I'm trying to help you out. All of the older women that are in their 40s, 50s, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't have a man. What I'm saying is be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Throw all of that marriage stuff out the window, especially if you're not having no kids. Just get with a brother that you feel is cool and, you know, have that companionship, because a lot of y'all are just letting yourselves go. And that's why you're frustrated right now, because you're missing out. You're missing out. A lot of you ladies haven't been touched, haven't been hugged in a long, long, long time. You don't even know what it feels like to be hugged by a man. It's just sad. You know what I'm saying? And you're out here being ultra religious, and you know you have this yearning and this desire, and yet you keep suppressing that desire by saying, I'm living my single life. I'm so happy being single. Look, hey, it is what it is, man. Y'all continue to play those games. I'm going to have more conversations like this. Hopefully y'all take heed to the messages. We're going to keep you posted. So that being said, I'm going to get up on out of here. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. B-Dub, man. Salute to that man. You know, shout out to Ezandra. Shout out to Jason, the other guy that made the comment. Because, you know, it is rare for a good woman to be single. It is very rare. That's why I'm saying if a lot of women are out here that are good women, I question that good. I have to, because I'm telling you, a good woman know a good man when she see and she goes after, because she know that it's very rare to run into a good man. It's rare. We're talking about a good man, not a Pookie, not a Ray Ray, not a man beating on a woman, not a man trying to unalive a woman or any of that nonsense. We're talking about a man that is a quality man that has purpose in his life and is moving up to the next level. You know, a lot of men are not like that. So as a woman, when you get a man like that, you got to cherish that man, respect that man, because as men, we judge everything by respect. So in order for your love to be transmitted to us, or for us to understand that you love us for who we are, it's going to take respect. If we see disrespect, you don't got no love for us. If we see that you respect us, that's an indicator that you got love for us. So if a woman don't respect you, she don't love you. If a woman says she loves you, but she don't respect you, she's lying. We judge everything based on respect. That's just the rules. That's how we go by. Respect. If we see the respect, that means you honor us, and that's appreciative. You know, it tells us that you're grateful for that man being in your life. So that being said, guys, y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Double tap, thumb up. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Thumb up the video for the background, man. You know what I'm saying? This is it. And we're going to be doing a show soon, guys. We're going to get this show popping down here. It's going to be lit. Y'all see the equipment, guys. Y'all see the lights. Y'all see everything is built into the walls. Y'all see the background. And it's all around, guys. One big stage of lighting. You know what I'm saying? And the lighting is not cheap. You know, the people who support the platform are the ones that gave me the ability to get these things so we can produce some good shows for you guys. So again, if you like the commentary, appreciate your love and support, and it is what it is. So I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Drive safe if you're on the road. Shout out to all my truckers out there, whether you're a male or female, truck drivers, whatever the case is. Y'all be safe on the road. Go to those rest stops. Make sure you get your rest. Salute to everybody out there. I'm out. Peace.